Is our guest. Tyler, what's going on, man? How are we doing tonight?
What's up, Blake? How we doing?
Doing good. I just got advised by our producer that you had to listen to my horrible singing. So let me be first to apologize. I got to admit, I do like the song Way Down Yonder on the Chattahoochee, but I don't sing it very well.
No, that's all right. Alan Jackson got you covered. As long as he's playing louder than you, you're good.
Absolutely. Tyler, look, man, huge weekend. Okay, you guys are on a roll. Really, the first question I have for you, man, it's like, look, you're getting hot at the plate, behind the plate. So is the team. Is it the boombox? Like, is the boombox the reason why you guys are having so much success, or what is it?
I mean, the work we put in is unreal. I mean, every single day. But the boombox definitely brings a different vibe to the dugout for sure. Drew B was hot on it right when we found out that it's actually Brennan Holt's boombox that he got. He brought it into the locker room one day, and I think it was the Sunday of the Missouri series.
Right.
He brought it into the locker room. I think he had it in his car or something and was just holding out on us. And then Drew B hooked up to it. We played, our song, Crunk Ain't Dead. We played it about, I think, 9 or 10 times in the locker room pregame before Missouri. Ended up winning that game. And next thing you know, the boombox is a part of our dugout every single game.
So he just had like a purple and gold boombox in his car. I mean, did y'all not investigate? Did y'all not ask questions? I mean, that's a very random thing to have in your car. Nevertheless, very awesome to have in your car.
Absolutely. It's sick. It's like custom, I know like a bunch of dudes got like a custom cleats and everything. This dude's got a custom boombox. I don't know if somebody sent it to him or what. I don't know the backstory, but it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. Let me ask this though, because if I was an opposing fan, okay, I would be getting pretty hype. You know, like are people getting hype with you guys when you hit the bomb and the song's being played, or is it just you guys in the dugout?
It depends if we're home or away. So at home, you got the fight song playing, everybody's up, Tigers, Tigers. And then, but if we're away, like this past weekend in Alabama, the place is quiet. All you hear is the boombox. And if you go back and watch, if you go watch like the home run videos from any of the home runs this past weekend, it's like dead silent. And then all of a sudden you hear the song kick on and everybody's going nuts in our dugout. So it's pretty sick on the road.
I love it. That's awesome. That's what makes college sports. But look, outside the boombox, look, you've been getting hot at the plate. The team has as well. Just talk about your approach, man. I mean, it looks like you're just keeping it simple out there, like just playing baseball. But from your aspect, what do you think has gotten you, to this spot? Like, I mean, look, man, 100 points is a lot in baseball, just in general. Right. But what's been your focus? How have you been able to be so consistent and get where you're at right now?
I think, early I struggled, but it's not my first college baseball season or my second or my third or my fourth. It's actually my fifth. So, I know like baseball is a game of failure and you got to take that with a grain of salt and jump to the field every day ready to work. And when I struggled early, I just thought take it back to the first thing you got to do is see the baseball and just really focus on seeing the baseball, getting myself into better counts, and then putting better swings on better pitches. So just MVP, if I have to take more pitches. So what if it takes longer? And just get a pitch I can put the best swing where I'm the most strong and drive baseballs all over the yard.
Huge home run this weekend. It appeared like you were getting pretty hype. I mean, because I don't know if you heard, but I was like 3 Miller Lights in, the finest Pilsner out there. Shout out to our good friends over at Miller. Tyler, I mean, it was going off the bat. When that continues to happen, you're having that much success. Is your entire routine throughout the day the same? Like, are you eating the same breakfast? Are you wearing the same socks? Like, take us through that. Are you doing absolutely everything the same?
Talking about my superstitions, that's tough. I would say I'm not a same food guy. The food isn't really a part of my routine. The socks, on the road, we only have a certain amount of clothes we bring. So whatever's washed on my loop and return will get worn the next day too.
I feel that.
But no, I think if you want to talk about baseball routine, my routine getting into the box has been and is the same throughout the entirety of the season. And that's been the same since I got to our field and understood how like a game day would work. So starts in pregame and whatever rehab stuff I have to do before the games and whatever I need to get loose, and then it carries over even if you want to talk like in the on deck circle, and then when I'm walking to the plate, I kind of try to time it up the same every single time, and then between pitches the same thing. But most of it just, breathe, slow down, breathe. That's it.
And that's got to just be a maturity thing from you, right? Like, look, I was in college for 5 years. Shout out to Southeastern. By the way, y'all didn't have to beat them as bad as you did. Shout out to my alma mater. But y'all didn't have to beat them that bad. I mean, look, man, we got families out here. But nevertheless, that experience, that maturity, I'm sure that's what's helping you to take a step back and take a breath and just focus, right? I'm assuming. And is that probably the biggest thing for you, is just having the maturity now since it's been you said your 5th season in college baseball?
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, I've played in places that didn't have any type of crowd. I went to a junior college my first 2 years where it was just moms and dads. And then I went to a small mid-major school in Birmingham where it was still just moms and dads, and maybe a girlfriend or two. But now playing in the box, it's like, okay, I've been road tested, played in the Starkville Regional last year at Sanford. Now I finally got people cheering for me.
Right.
And it's just a time to showcase your skills. We play baseball every single day. So you just take that approach to the games, and every single day is a day to get better, and you can use that approach in the games as well. So I think, pressure is what it is, but it's more of what you make it. If you don't let it affect you, it's not going to bother you.
You said a girlfriend or two of these. You don't have to answer this question, but are those two of your girlfriends?
No. See, I've been with my girlfriend for 5 years. That's my homie. She's it.
Shout out to your girlfriend. Just tell her it was just a joke. Tell her I would write. I'll let her know that it's a joke. I'm just playing around. Tyler McManus, LSU starting catcher, is our guest. Tyler, we do have some questions firing in here for you. We'll get to them in just a second. But Aunt Marshall says, do you leave the superstitions to Trey Morgan? You say, no, this whatever on the loop. But my man's got his pocket out. The hair flow. You're being the captain, the catcher on the team. Man, you got a lot of things you got to manage out there.
Man, we talk to Trey. We give Trey hell pretty good, but all out of good fun. The dude can flat out play baseball.
No doubt.
So whatever he wants to do, if he wants to let his pockets hang, he wants to wear, I don't know, some other color sleeve or wear wrist tape that's a different color. I don't know what he does, but do it, man. Just hit the ball.
Yeah, whatever old boy from last night from the Phillies was doing, I think that, we got to do that. Which brings up a point. Look, I know that JK calls the pitches, and I don't want to get in between, what goes on in the field. I don't want anybody that will listen to this podcast of our opponents or your opponents moving forward to listen to this and say anything. But you still got to manage the bullpen. You still got to manage the starting pitchers. Look, the game sometimes, like you said, it's got to slow down. Everybody's different. Now, you just coming in here, did it take you a little while to get to know some of these guys and know, Raiselman? Look, I got to be honest. Raiselman seems like a guy that when you walk out to the mound, you can be like, bro, let's go. Where it might be Paul Gervais, shout out to our good buddy Paul, who's been on the show, where you got to be like, hey, Paul, what's going on, man? But you having to manage all that. And a serious question, do you have to play different roles for different guys when you go out there to the mound with them?
Absolutely. And I think that comes with the friendships we build off the field. So, Raiselman's one of my roommates. So I know how he accepts criticism. I know how he does when he's doing well. I know what he does when he's not doing well and how to get him out of that. And it's just like talking to people. You just got to understand what they're thinking and how they're handling their mistakes or their successes. And you got to just keep them in that rhythm when they're doing well. And whenever they're not going well, you just got to understand their personality type. And if you got to get on them, get on them. If not, just roll with the punches and get them going again.
Tyler, what are the chances that we can get Raiselman to come out when when you are at the box to Wild Thing, let him get the persona of Ricky Vaughn, because look, man, my man's just got gas out there. It's Major League too, hey, if you hit this, you can name it type stuff. Speaking of your roommate, look, the bullpen is something that has really carried you guys down the stretch here in the SEC. Tyler, you're behind the plate. You see it more than anybody and know more than anybody. What has been more surprising to you? Because, look, in the season, there were a lot of question marks, but the bullpen has shut a lot of people up. But from your vantage point, what has it been like for all those guys and just how deep y'all have been in that pen?
It's awesome. I mean, we can play matchups from inning 1 to 9, and we can throw more than 9 guys. I mean, our bullpen's loaded, and them dudes get after it in recovery because they throw multiple games a weekend. I mean, it doesn't matter who we throw out there. Obviously, if they're out there, they do something very well that we can get guys out with. So whenever somebody new steps on the mound, it's like, all right, this is what you do well. They know what they do well. JK knows what they do well, and let's go to work on the game plan and get dudes out. And however long your appearance is, it is what it is. It's not up to you. Just deliver one pitch at a time and get the dude out.
Absolutely. Look, a couple more questions. I'm not going to keep you too long. I know that you guys are mid-season. It's your day off. You got a couple more series left, man. Look, there's an energy around this team that we've seen with LSU a couple times. You being a Louisiana guy, I know that, look, you have to follow LSU baseball, and we know the teams of the past. Do you feel something brewing on this team? Because, look, on the outside looking in, Tyler, it really feels like to me that there's something unique going on with you guys. Are you starting to feel that?
Absolutely. And I think it's a sign of a good team whenever you start to play well late.
No doubt.
We've been working since, brand new coaching staff, probably half of a new team. We all came in together, basically, if you wanted to talk about the presence of the locker room. And we've been working together for, 7 months now, 8 months now. So just to be finally like getting in rhythm with the guys next to you, understanding each other more and more each day. I mean, you're still learning about guys because it hasn't been that long. But it's fun. Like, everybody enjoys being at the ballpark. We all enjoy each other's company on and off the field. To be able to go out there and win and be successful is just it's even better. So we like the taste of winning, and we're just going to keep going out there every single day trying to do it.
I want to ask just your own point of view, your personal questions personalized to you. What has been your best memory so far this season? What's been your best experience? I mean, look, man, you're doing something that less than 1% of people from Louisiana get to do. What's been your best memory so far being in the box and playing for LSU?
I mean, first thing's putting on the uniform as a Louisiana kid, no doubt. Taking that first picture with my parents, and being able to as everything. This is everything for me, but it's even more so for my parents, for my mom and dad to be able to come to a midweek game if they want to. If they can catch a whole weekend series. I think my dad misses more work during the spring because he's at our baseball games. It's just, it just brings me a lot of joy to be able to play for LSU and then play around my parents. So it's been something special for sure.
I hope you never have to experience these 3 little letters called PTO. Hopefully you play in the league for a very long time. But when you accumulate that much PTO and you get to go watch your son play baseball at LSU, I'm sure that your dad and your mom, it's got to be amazing to do that. So nevertheless, you don't have to apologize. That's for sure. Chad Briscoe says, keep swinging at T-Mac. We need a leader to step up this season. Keep balling, big guy. Pooh Bear, we did have some questions in here for T-Mac. If you can fire some of them in here. Melanie says, #ask T-Mac. What have you changed with your at-bats to make things happen? I know that we talked about that. But Jay, I'll add to that in a little different way. Look, Jay Johnson's like an offensive coordinator, like out there, man, calling timeouts in the middle of a bat. That's a very unique thing. And what does he say to you in between those things?
A lot of the time it's just slow down, just breathe. And even sometimes, like if it's like a 1-run ball game, you're thinking, oh, high pressure situation. He'll look at you and he say, hey, look at the stands. Like, look where you're at. Look, this is special. This is fun. And it gives you like a perspective. And then all of a sudden, like, you're in the box again and you're just like free mind and just ready to attack a pitch that you can hit. So a lot of the time he's just kind of just putting you in the right headspace to go out there and execute whatever you have to do in that at bat.
Absolutely. One more and we'll get you out of here. Jeff Futch says, #ask T-Mac. Which got you more hype, the strike them out, throw them out, or that moonshot that you smashed? Which one made you more hype?
Got to be the strike him out, throw him out. I mean, 3-2. Hasty buries the breaking ball. I slide to the left, put a good block on it. Got my cross chain imprinted in my chest with a bruise right now. Pick it up and just fire a rocket to JT. JT tags him out. In a big situation, I mean, that was fun. That was electric, honestly.
Okay. Talking about the bruise, man, look, my family has 60 years of head coaching experience baseball wise. My cousin was a catcher. Brother, you take a beating back there. When you do have games like the midweek where you get up early and you're able to take some time off, how much does that help you for a big weekend like this weekend that maybe you can give your knees a rest, give your body a rest? Is that a big deal for you?
Yeah, absolutely. That's big. Especially because there's only one day in between the 3-game series and then the midweek. Right. So, I mean, the midweek's tough. But the good thing is we play midweeks at night. So, being a grad student online, I have no school that I have to do and especially now I'm finished with my semester. So, I can get to the field.
You are. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing but baseball, baby.
That's right. So, I mean, I can get to the field 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, do what I got to do, hot tub, whatever I need to get loose. And, I mean, just get ready for a game. So, I mean, 2 days is definitely better than 1 day off. But, I mean, with the schedule like this, I always got time to get ready and get going.
Dude, you've been fantastic. We're going to bring you back. I look, hopefully we bring you back all the way till y'all get to Omaha. That's the goal. But we're going to have to bring you back again, man. You've been fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. Y'all can follow Tyler on Twitter at TMac_2566. What's the 256? I ask every guest this, just a small little thing. What's the 2566 for?
So I wore 25 growing up. I think I followed my cousin's footsteps, who followed like Mark McGuire's footsteps.
I dig it.
So I wore that growing up, and then my grandfather's football number was 66. So
okay.
I actually wore like 66 for some football games as a quarterback or something in youth football. But yeah, that's just the two numbers.
Okay, I dig it. 66 as a quarterback. I thought you were channeling your inner Yasiel Puig. Shout out to the Dodgers. Yeah. You know, maybe you were going Puig, killing it in the Korean League, by the way.
He is.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, man. We'll talk to you again soon. Have a good weekend.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all.
That's Tyler McManus, LSU starting catcher. Man, look, fantastic.